Bauer Lee, a freshman in high school.
And I'm Bauer Lee, and I'm a 7th grader.
We are the creators of Cardboard Superheroes, which is a non-profit that promotes the arts for youth. We build these life-size models, and we also hold classes for people to make Captain America and Wonder Woman shields,
Thor hammers, and more. We hope everyone's staying safe and healthy.
And enjoy the show.
We've been working on several projects over the last few months, and this is the one that we're most excited to show you guys. We're going to reveal this at WonderCon, but we'll show you now. Here's Baby Yoda.
This is Hulkbuster. It's definitely our most ambitious and biggest project. We're gonna tell you more about him later in the video, but before we do this, we're gonna tell you the story of how we started Cardboard Superheroes.
Boom!
One of the most common questions we get asked is, how did we start Cardboard Superheroes? And the story begins when I was really little. My mom would take me to work with her every single day. And her work was at my grandpa's warehouse, and in the back of the warehouse it was filled with stacks of cardboard, like literally from the ground to the ceiling. And to pass the time, I would use this cardboard to build forts, castles. I would tear them down, I would rebuild them, and eventually at the age of 6, I built my very own life-size robot. And the robot I built was around my height because that's what I considered life-size to be at the time. As I grew up, my love for cardboard just took off, and when my parents would get Amazon delivery packages, I would hoard them and make sure they never threw it out because I knew I would use them. And eventually when my grandpa retired, I begged my parents to keep all his cardboard. So now that cardboard is taking up a pretty big portion of our house. So a quick shout out to my grandpa and my parents. And from all that, I was able to start building all these models, and that was the start of Cardboard Superheroes. So this was my second life-size cardboard robot. I love Star Wars, and in 4th grade I decided to build R2-D2. I grew up watching Star Wars, DC, and Marvel movies, and in 4th grade my favorite superhero is Iron Man, so I decided to build him. I actually built his head first, and I decided to build the rest of the body later. I built him in his signature pose, of course. One thing about it is you may notice that he is shorter than all the rest of the characters because that was my height at the time. After I glued on his head, I realized that I had to make it portable, so I ended up having to cut off his head. And so now his head comes off so we can move and transport him easily. His arms and legs also come off as well. He's actually the inspiration for the Cardboard Superheroes logo, and it's on the back too. My mom had this mannequin lying around, which she never used, and in 6th grade, the Wonder Woman movie had just come out, and I put the two together, and then I decided to build her suit. One of my favorite pieces on Wonder Woman is her armbands because they're very detailed, and I was also able to add extra pieces that are not just cardboard, like these brown elastic bands. Over here, I ended up buying gold rope for a lasso, which I thought was really fun to add. I love building the shin guards because they're actually a piece that you can take off and you can wear yourself. Another favorite piece is the headband. And fairly recently, my brother and I decided to build a shield for people to make. This was to go with Wonder Woman and also for people to have a lot of fun. And we can't wait to teach people how to build them.
When I was younger, I used to watch my brother build all of his favorite cardboard models, and I thought it was so amazing at what you could do with just a box of cardboard. And so in 4th grade, I built the Stormbreaker and the Hulk hammer. Guardians of the Galaxy was one of our favorite movies, and so because of that, we had to make Groot, which was the first project that we worked on together.
We also made Star-Lord's mask.
And we made Baby Groot. Growing up, WallE was one of my favorite movies, and so when I got into cardboard building, I decided to build them. One of the most difficult parts about WallE was building the wheels. If you actually look, each of these is an individual piece. And so I had to use a laser cutter to actually cut each of these pieces out. Another cool part about WallE was that his arms are able to move up and down. And finally, we also made the head be able to move side to side. After building WallE, I wanted to take it up a notch, so I decided to build Black Manta, which was perfect timing because the Aquaman movie had just come out. But I was really unprepared when building Black Manta because he was a lot more difficult than WallE since he has a lot more curves. But my brother helped me a lot by giving me tips on how to do the curves correctly. Also, one of my favorite parts about him is the spike ball. Even though in the movie he doesn't have a spike ball on him, I thought it was just a little cool addition to add. And if I was Black Manta, I think it would be pretty cool if I had a spike ball.
So after I built R2-D2, I decided in 8th grade that I had to build him C-3PO because these two just come together. One of my favorite things about him is that his head actually moves side to side, and we also made it so you could take his head off. Another piece is his arms are magnetic, so you can take them off too. We added this design where you can actually turn the arms so you can have him rotate. Another favorite part about him is the wires because it was just another new accessory that I could add, and it adds a little color to the cardboard. We're back to Hulkbuster, and this is a project we've worked on for about 6 months. We first revealed it at the Comic-Con Museum event during December nights, where we held a workshop.
Even though he is supposed to be taller than 8 feet, we couldn't make him any higher because he just wouldn't fit in our house. Also, it's really important that we built an internal structure because of his size and the weight of the pieces.
So we made Hulkbuster portable, so now we're going to show you how he comes apart. Thank you so much for watching our video, and we hope you enjoy the story of cardboard superheroes. At our next event, we'll be teaching you how to build a Captain America shield
and a Wonder Woman shield. We'll see you next time at WonderCon, where the Hulkbuster will be completely finished. Before we end this video, we want to give a special thanks to these awesome people who we met at the Comic-Con Museum and who helped us get a WonderCon panel. Mr. Eddie Ibrahim,
Miss Robin Donlin,
Miss Cody Nelson,
Miss Melissa Peterman,
Mr. Tim Kimura,
Mr. Craig Jameson,
Mr. Davey Pattisell,
Miss Emma Hamilton. Again, we are Cardboard Superheroes. Please check us out on Instagram or our website, and see ya!